everybody, it's your girl Cordnie Ellese, and welcome to my channel, Mommyhood and Entrepreneurship. And today we are continuing our Black History Month, you all. Happy Black History Month. I love this month. Of course, you know, I'm Black, but in addition to that, we really get to put some really important and beautiful people and meaningful people back to the forefront, which we really should be doing all year. But we know that there are a lot of things that we can focus on all the time. So I am so glad that we take a chance to stop and focus on the greatness of our Black people. So today, y'all, we are going to be focusing on he was the world changing, okay, life changing, culture changing, phenomenal Martin Luther King Jr., okay? And I mean, first of all, I just don't even know what to say about this, because if he were still living here today, he would be very proud of the society that we live in. We would still have a long way to go, and he would probably help to usher us through that change, or help the people who are ushering us to that change, as he would be very old at this point. But he would definitely feel that at least some of the things that he had a dream about actually came to fruition. So I'm very excited to be given this quote, all right? Because the quote is so small, I'm just going to go on and tell you all the quote, and then we'll talk about it. So the quote is, intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. And you all, I think that is very interesting. A lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't go to college. College is a waste of time. College is a waste of money. But college is not the only education, first of all. And second of all, college is not a waste of money and a waste of time if you do it correctly. But anyway, the goal of true education, however, it's not just going to college. The goal of true education is so that you can be intelligent and gain your character. One of the biggest things that I really gained from going to two HBCUs, two historically Black college/universities, was that I actually really gained a lot of intelligence and a lot of character. And it wasn't just from the books that I read, or the lessons that we had, or the tests that we did, or whatever. It was the life learning intelligence and character. It changed how I responded to different situations in my life. It changed how I looked at myself and how I treated my community. It changed how I treated other people. It changed the way that I read books. It changed the way that I studied. I learned so many things about, you know, my body, my community, me as a Black person. I learned many things about people in general. I learned science, I learned reading, I learned language, but most of all, I learned what I love. I learned what I'm actually interested in, and that is what that education did for me. Outside of that education, I also have a lot of other education all the time, whether it's reading books like Think and Grow Rich or Becoming from Michelle Obama. You need to always be educating yourself. And the reason you need to do it is so that it can improve your intelligence and improve your character. And how does this help you as a mommy? The more intelligent you are, the more you can pour into your children, the more you can help your children, the more you can teach your children. A lot of times children will ask us things that stump us. Mommy, how are babies born? Mommy, why do we do this? Why do we do that? Why does this happen like this? Will this happen if this happens? And sometimes we are clearly stumped. But the more intelligent you actually are, the more you can actually help your children to really fuel their fire. You were getting education from the time you were born up until now. It's how do you take in that education? Do you really push yourself to be as educated as you possibly can? You don't have to have a PhD or a master's or even a bachelor to be educated. You don't have to have those things. You can have those things, and they are very helpful if you use them the way that you should use them and the way that you could use them. However, you can always be educating yourself. Don't be lazy. Read more. Educate yourself. Build your character. It will be really hard to build your character if you don't take advantage of the community around you. And part of doing that is actually pouring into said community. And you cannot do that without actually actively giving community service. And just a little bit every now and then will only do good for a little while. Our world needs a lot of help. So we need more than just a little bit. It's a lot of things going on here. Focus on some big topic and really pour your all into it in your community for free. Period. And that, y'all, intelligence and character, that is the goal of education. Educate yourself this Black History Month and on. This is Cordnie Ellese checking in on the ones and twos. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Let me know how you plan on using this in your life starting today. What will you change today? How will you educate yourself today? I look forward to the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. Ciao.